Good morning students. This video is for class 6 science and today also we will continue with chemistry. And today our topic of discussion will be water, the a universal solvent. Why is water considered a universal solvent? Water is considered as a universal solvent because water is the only liquid which can dissolve most of the solute present on this earth. Let us study. Water can dissolve a variety of substances in it, and that is why it is considered a good solvent. Just because water can dissolve many substances in it, that is why it is considered a good solvent, and so it is known as universal solvent. Water is known as the universal solvent because more substances can dissolve in it than any other liquid. There are no other liquid which can dissolve as many number as solute that as water can dissolve. You might have noticed the preparation of sugar syrup at home. When we add some sugar to water and mix it, the sugar disappears in the water. That means it gets dissolved in the water. This is because sugar dissolves in the water to form a sugar solution. Here, the substance that dissolves in the water, that is sugar, is known as the solute, and it is found in small quantity, small component in the solution. So if you take a solution of sugar and water, you will find sugar is very less in quantity and water is. Generally, solvent is always the larger component in the solution. That means in a solution, the most quantity of the substance that is present is the solvent. In this case, water forms the larger component and sugar forms the smaller component, that is solute. The solute dissolves in the solvent to form a solution. So this sugar gets dissolved in the water to form a sugar solution. Thus, a solution is the uniform mixture of solute and solvent. So, a solution, why is it a uniform mixture? Because if you take any part of the water, after the sugar is dissolved, if you take any drop of water from that solution, each and every drop will taste sweet. That is why it is considered as universal. It is considered as uniform mixture. That means it has mixed throughout the water. Some common example of solution are in salt solution, the smaller component is the solute and water is the larger components in the solvent. In glucose solution, glucose is the smaller, that means glucose is the solute and water is the solvent. Again, in soda, carbon dioxide is the solute, that means it forms the smaller component and water is the larger component. So I hope you have understood this solution and why is water considered as solvent, universal solvent. Okay, next. All substances do not disappear in water. For example, when salt is added to water and stirred, that means when you take water and put salt in it, and if you move the water, if you stir the water with any utensils, maybe spoon or something else, you will find that the sugar gets completely dissolved in the water. But when sand is added to water and stirred, it does not dissolve in water. Now, if you take another container in which water is there, and if you put sand in it, and if you stir it, if you keep on stirring, but still sugar is not going to get dissolved in the water. And that is why substances that dissolve in water completely is known as soluble substances, and substances that do not dissolve in water completely is known as insoluble substances. So I hope children you have understood this soluble and insoluble substances. So children, for today we will keep it till here. In the next class we will study about the solubility of water. So for today up to this much. Thank you class.